Ladies and gentlemen, most of those agencies out there that are hotly pursuing you to join their MLM Kool-Aid drinking scheme are telling you lies. Selling insurance is a no-mercy business that most agents are going to fail out of. And you want to make sure you avoid the biggest pitfalls that are out there to give yourself the best chances of success. And I'm the guy that's going to help you. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the 5 depressing truths about selling insurance in this video, but I'm also going to invert the depressing reality and try to show you how the bad side of this business actually is good. A lot of your success in personal and business life depends on how you look at adversity and how you look at the negative sides of things and see the positivity in them. And that's what we're going to try to do in this video. So let's get started. Number 1. There's a 95% chance you'll fail out of selling insurance within your first 12 months of being licensed. Okay, so unlike a lot of the insurance agencies out there that tell you how much money is literally raining from the sky by selling insurance, the reality is simple. Selling insurance is tough, and most agents fail. No matter what kind of insurance you're selling, you're truly running a business. You've got to figure out how to find prospects, you got to figure out what products to sell, you got to figure out how to convince strangers to buy from you, and that's a pretty tough process. And this all kind of combines together as to why most agents fail out of the business, because simply put, agencies don't talk real with agents on what to expect and how to prepare for the realities of running a business. And truth be told, most businesses across all industries do fail. I think the statistic is something like 90 to 95% of businesses within the first 5 years fail. So this is kind of a similarity to what all entrepreneurship is. It's a tough ride that most people just frankly can't make. So on one level, you got to come into this business with the right perspective. You're running a business. You must be responsible for everything that happens. And this is a marathon, not a sprint, so you have to have a long-term vision and consistent work ethic to get the most opportunity that exists. Now, there's 3 main reasons why most insurance agents fail out of the business prematurely, and I want to tell you what they are. Number 1, not enough money for leads. So a lot of insurance sales models require you to invest money in leads. Well, the problem is a lot of these recruiters and agency owners don't tell you this, and then you join the agency finding you got to invest money you don't have, or being pressured to invest what little money you have, and find out you wash out of the business really before you start because you weren't capitalized well enough to invest in leads properly. Number 2, wrong lead prospecting program. Newsflash, many insurance agencies out there not only make money when you make a sale off of your policy, we call it an override, but they also make a ton of money when they sell you their garbage, old, recycled leads or data, pretending them to be quality leads. There are literally big name insurance agencies in America making millions of dollars every week off of selling data that's not leads, but pretending that they're leads to unsuspecting agents, making huge return on investment, but with little opportunity for the actual agent. Number 3 reason agents fail is they pick the wrong agency. Here's what most agents do when they come into the insurance business. They literally jump in bed with the first person that tries to recruit them and do very little due diligence. My friends, this is a recipe for disaster. If you just pick the first person that says, hey, I got a great job for you, without doing due diligence, without investigating the options, you're going to end up like most agents do and fail out of the business. There's no one perfect agency for every single agent that's out there. Agencies have different cultures, they have different commission levels, they have different value propositions. And what you've got to figure out is what combination of value propositions best fit what you're looking for out of the insurance business. So how do you avoid these 3 reasons why insurance agents fail out of the business in large percentages? Just do the opposite. So recounting what we talked about, number 1, make sure you jump into the business with sufficient capital, even more than sufficient capital, if you're going to buy leads. And if you can't do that, then join an organization that will provide the leads for you. Also, make sure you do your due diligence if you're going to invest in leads, and make sure that those leads that the IMO or agency is offering you actually are high quality, converting good business, and is a sustainable long-term model that provides quality leads for you. And then number 3, slow down, do your due diligence, don't rush into love, and find the agency that's going to actually serve you the best and help you become the best agent that you can be. Number 2, almost no insurance sales opportunities offer a base or much in the way of benefits. So I say this because as a recruiter and agency builder myself, I look at other agencies all over the nation, and the vast majority of them, simply put, offer straight commission opportunities with very little, if any, opportunities for benefits, and definitely no salary opportunities available either. But let me explain to you why I don't personally care and think this is a big deal. First of all, we're at the point in life where we can self-insure for a lot of these benefits that would normally come from a corporation. For example, you can self-insure. You can go buy an ACA health insurance plan and get your family insured that way. Number two, you can self-fund your own retirement with something like a SEP IRA. And number three, I think the biggest draw to why I don't care about not having benefits provided by an agency or an IMO is because if the opportunity is big as it is and you can make a significant six-figure income, then chances are you'll be able to easily self-insure yourself at those higher levels and not really care about the benefits as much as somebody in a corporate job that wasn't getting paid a lot of money. Number three, selling insurance is boring and repetitive. Now, you may be a little surprised here that the insurance business would be boring because we're talking to people all day trying to help them, right? While that's true, the reality is at some level, months into the business of selling is repetitive, and it does kind of get boring. I mean, think about it. Every day you do the same thing. You buy leads, you talk to people, you run appointments, you talk to people. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. There's not a lot of creativity in the insurance sales game. And so if you're a creative driven person, you're going to find this stuff maddening at some level. But if you can manage that creative drive, or you're okay with being bored, this is actually a good thing, and here's why. Number one, the level of discipline and focus that you need to maintain long-term success, given how straightforward, boring the business is, most people, simply put, don't have it. Very few people can focus for long-term on a repetitive task over and over again. So the spoils of the business goes to the victor who has the intense focus and the drive to repeat the process on a daily basis, not the person who's overly creative and can't stay focused on one thing for long. And number two, along with this lack of creativity, is frankly the fact that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. For example, in Final Expenses, which is our primary product we teach agents how to sell, it is a boring business that we already know what works and what doesn't. For example, the lead system of buying leads on Facebook, we've had that for years now. Even direct mail, we've had that for decades. Literally the same kind of leads used over and over predictably works for years, if not decades on end. And speaking of that, the same sales process works too. Just figure out what the problem the client has is and show them how your product can solve it, and then assume the sale. And so we take all this and create a blueprint. All you need to do is just follow the thing. No, it's not creative, but it does help you get more results faster than trying to figure it up on your own. And that's a good thing. Number four, multi-level marketing culture reigns supreme. Heads up, most insurance agencies have a multi-level marketing culture about them. Now, what I mean by multi-level marketing culture is that the organization extols conspicuous consumerism. It's all about the fast cars, the fat stacks of cash, the airplanes, exalting some godlike figurehead that runs the company where everybody worships the ground that he walks on. And the problem with this culture is that it distracts away from what actually matters, and that's building your conviction in the sales process and the sales skill set necessary to get out there, talk to strangers, and close insurance deals. So let me tell you why this whole culture of multi-level marketing is actually a good thing. Number one, since you've watched this video, now you're going to be easily able to identify multi-level marketing culture. What are they going to talk about? Recruit, recruit, recruit. They're going to show off the flashy stuff, and there's going to be very little substance. You're literally going to be drunk on the Kool-Aid listening to this stuff. And so therefore the solution is just find an organization that doesn't do any of that. That instead, talking about all the hype, actually talks about the skill sets that you need to be successful. Number five, you can owe back money you were paid in commissions. So a lot of agents find this out after the fact, after they've joined. They find out that some of the sales they make, guess what? The client lapses. And now they owe back the money they were paid in advance to the insurance company. So let me clarify this a little bit. What you're paid on as a new agent is what's called an advance on commission. An advance is a fancy word for a loan. The collateral of the loan is the policy, and the advance that you get is collateralized by the policy. When that collateral goes away and all you have is the advance, now you have a debt that must be repaid. So what you thought you earned, you actually have to pay back. Maybe you're asking, like, so what's the silver linings of this? Well, there is none. Chargebacks are a reality of the business. Even if you're taught well to sell and you have access to competitive carriers, you're still going to have people who change their mind, and you're still going to have people who are going to charge you back. One thing we teach our agents at the Ford Insurance Group that sell final expense, Medicare annuities, or ACA in person or over the phone is that there's a two-part process to lower and reduce the overall impact of chargebacks. Number one is what you sell, and number two is how you sell. So number one, make sure that you're not a high-pressure salesperson. Really care about the client and getting them something that is a high-quality product at an affordable price. And the likelihood is that most of those plans plans are going to stick. And number two, make sure that you have a selection of good products available to you so you can shop around to find the best combination of price and coverage. So that way your client doesn't have any impetus to change because you gave that person a good deal. So those are our 5 depressing truths about the reality of selling insurance, and I hope this gave you some perspective. We want to make sure to help you out as much as possible with the right vision of what this business is about, because you don't want to be another statistic like 95% of the agents out there who fail in their first year. Check out davidduford.com to learn more about how we recruit agents nationally to sell final expense, Medicare, annuities, and ACA in person and over the phone with free lead programs and paid for lead programs. We also have a lot of free courses to give away on all of the products we've mentioned that has no cost whatsoever. Visit davidduford.com to learn more. Thank you.